What the fuck is up, and welcome to the FANTASM Podcast. I am Corey Gore Christ. With me, Dr. Vincent West.
Hello.
And we got a very, very special episode for you guys today. And Doctor, tell them a little bit about what's going on here.
We're watching the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And we got
1974.
And we got a fantastic guest for you guys as well.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely not an accident that these two are paired up together. This is a very. I think we should just do the actual intro of this on here. Actually, why not? Play the whole damn thing for you guys listening at home or watching at home.
John Larroquette.
In particular, Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother Franklin. It is all the more tragic in that they were young. But had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
John Larroquette, he was on a show called Night Court, which I loved. He played a character called Dan Fielding. He was also in Star Trek 3.
There's your Star Trek ties right there. Who's on something else we watched? He's on They Live, isn't he?
No.
He was on something we watched on here.
Yes,
you pointed him out.
I don't remember. I don't remember what the fuck it was. We've watched too much stuff. Our guest, hopefully you'll stay around after Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, that's the main attraction, man.
Yeah, the payday for you. We have Bret Hoffman from Malevolent Creation.
Fucking awesome interview.
One of the best we've done.
I mean, that's top shelf death metal. Goddamn Malevolent Creation is, they don't get enough credit for how much they influence death metal, and
I think they're
still to this day. If you guys haven't heard Dead Man's Path, their latest record, then I mean, dude, go fucking pick that shit. That's one of the best records that
Vidius is great. All of their stuff's great.
It's one of the best records to come out, and
Retribution's one of the best death metal albums ever made.
Yeah.
I mean, all their stuff's good. I like all of it.
Excuse me.
Lots of good stuff. Envenomed is Bret's favorite album.
It's great
which is
record,
really weird, but
it's a nasty
record.
Really
like that record. But yeah, so stick around for that. And now we are at the cemetery. Which interesting thing about this film is shot all over Texas. It isn't shot in one location. A guest we had on earlier, Sean Clark. He can tell you all about this, about the 40th anniversary edition. The Horace Hall of Ground that he did for this is very insightful and very specific. I can't even sit here and tell you how much I learned from watching.
And for you guys listening at home, if you are watching it, the version we are watching is the 40th anniversary collector's edition from Gorgon Video. It's Dark Sky Films, and it's very cool. Half of it's Blu-ray, the other half is DVD, so you get all the features. Either one you play, it's got all of it in there. For you Sean Clark fans, there is a Horace Hall of Ground. It's very awesome on this.
Like I said, I learned a ton about this movie that I didn't know.
And actually, it's cool we're doing this because recently they said that they were turning that gas station into a tourist attraction from the film.
That's from part 2.
Or the what is it? The thing from this that they're turning into something.
A fun thing to talk to you guys about real quick. We've talked about this a couple times. There is an episode where we did Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I actually want Corey to put it up. It's actually pretty funny. I go bananas, and he's upset. I don't know why we were so mad, but we recorded. We did the whole goddamn film, I think. We did the whole fucking film.
The funniest part about it was...
Didn't we do the whole fucking film?
We did do the whole film. The main reason we did it, we had a guest that we were supposed to have on later on, and that interview went to shit also after we did that, and we plugged him in, so the whole thing was pretty much a waste. We
need to put it up at some point, because it's... although I don't want to put the interview on it.
I do. I mean, I'd put it up and just fuck it up.
You want to put the whole thing on there?
I might as well, because it's all in there. We keep plugging it, and then when we did the interview later, I guess it was a precursor to that interview going to shit, because we had no idea. We were both worked up, and we were watching the movie the whole time, and we were just like pissed off, and and that armadillo thing, I don't remember if they said that was a real armadillo or not. I think it actually was, and they like ran over and shot it while it was sitting there. I think Sean talked about that.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, he's very pre-versed on this movie. I'm a fan of this film, but as far as, I can't tell you where they stopped and took a piss or took a dump. And I'm not that. I can talk to you all day long about this film and how much I love it, but I'm not that specific. For that, you'd need to go visit Mr. Clark and his Horrors Hollow Grounds episode for this. But I will be happy to tell you what I do know, which is quite a bit. Scary thing, most of this cast, as we're recording this right now, are dead.
Yeah.
Most of this cast are dead.
So you're not going to see a convention reunion for any of these guys. The Hitchhiker.
If I'm not fucking mistaken, damn near everybody except Grandpa is dead.
Steve Railsback is alive, the Hitchhiker.
No shit.
He does conventions all the time. Yeah,
well, that's cool.
He's a really... My first convention...
That's right, he is alive.
First convention I ever went to, I met him, and I met David Naughton from American Werewolf in London, and Grandpa was there too, John Duggan.
Did you meet him?
Yeah.
Was he nice?
Cool, really cool. And
John's going to be at a thing here in Florida.
Yeah. And R.A. Mellenhoff, which is from the third Texas Chainsaw. Super nice guy, whether you like the film or not. I think it's certainly a better sequel than, 2 or that beginning, whatever the fuck that one is, the New Generation, whatever that film is.
That's the worst one.
Film's awful. That's that Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger one. Everybody knows how bad that one is. It's one of the worst movies ever made. Not even purposely. It just is. And a lot of this wasn't even... going back to the original film here, the actors got put... infamously got put through the worst fucking conditions known to man to make this film happen. Just grueling fucking heat and bugs and no sleep, and these guys literally poured their heart and soul into making this movie happen, and really it's still to this day one of the scariest movies ever made. Like it actually is. It makes you not want to go out into the country and get broken down, and that's movies have of course repeated this model time and time again, but this one is still the Mamma Jamma. This is the Titan right here. And this film is fucking death metal to a T. Everything about it is goddamn death metal. When it starts, it makes it seem very, very real. There's some fucking hard nips right there for you. Little mini segment for Mr. Skinless here. You got 7 minutes, and I'll say it was like 36 seconds. You got some nip-ons there, so for you perverts out there, you're welcome. Mr. Skinless always delivers your perverted needs for these horror films. And I always thought the wheelchair guy was annoying. I always wanted him to just die anyway. So
he is annoying. I
always love when the wheelchair people die.
He's fucking annoying in this film, though. He
like
really
in
is.
One of the Jason films. It's one of my favorite deaths. And
Part 2.
It is part 2, where he got a hatchet to the head, and then he flies down the fucking stairs backwards in the rain. It's like, get fucked, you fucking you welfare piece of shit.
He really is. He's in this film,
and he's just like, "Hey, I need your help," but he gets stuck in the house.
He's
people leave him there.
Really
it's
annoying.
Funny. I think it's funny, but this film is fucking death metal. It starts out basically real, and for a while everyone thought this was real. There's a big controversy with it. They thought, this
film was actually shown. I want to. If people don't know about this, is the most interesting thing I think about this film. Is this film was actually shown in porn theaters.
Yeah.
Fuck Grindhouse. This was shown in a fucking
like
porn.
whack-off theaters.
It really was, because no theater would have anything to fucking do with it. And I'll tell you another thing.
Because this was 74, this was
another interesting thing about this film is this film was also it was distributed and made tons and tons of money for the mob.
Weird.
The mafia
Because they would show it in their...
No, they literally helped them distribute this film. There's a lot of controversy over this, which Toby Hooper denies, but there was a lot of the mafia, no bullshit, the New York and Chicago mob were involved in the distribution of this film, because it was handled like a porno.
Yeah.
It was literally distributed and handled throughout America.
It's basically
in 74, 75, 76, 70s, because this movie played in theaters for years.
It's basically
this is all before video cassette, so
it's basically a snuff film,
Correct.
But it wasn't. It's not real.
It's not. It was handled like a porno. It was its distribution and screenings.
Because in '74, they weren't ready for this shit. I mean, I think people still to this day aren't ready to watch this movie. No, I mean, and actually, going back to our last episode, this is our second Tobe Hooper film in a row, which is awesome. But it's cool you do Funhouse, which is a pretty decent horror movie, and then you go to one of the best horror films ever made. And honestly, like I said about it, it's fucking death metal. It's perfect. It's just a really nasty film, and of course, here's the Hitchhiker right here.
This movie was released on October 1st, 1974.
It's fucking great. And from Dark Sky Films, or Gorgon Video, they put out, I think Gorgon just put out that giant box set with the Black Mama or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Now do what?
So is that what the Gorgon just put out that truck version of this?
No, they put this out too.
It is that one.
Gorgon and them are in bed together.
The Dark Sky Films.
Yes.
The print.
But you can get that for $50 right now. I'm about to buy it.
Yeah, it was $100 when it came out. The Black Mama edition, or whichever.
Actually, it was $130.
It's the giant truck version of this. I like the 40th anniversary one. It looks really nice. They did a good job with it.
This film also, I want to go on record as saying, to me, this is the first slasher film.
It is.
Way before Psycho gets credit for it. I'm still going to go back to this.
Well, that's the thing.
Psycho's still artsy. There's nothing artsy about this.
No, this is
it comes out artsy the way he shot it because it was an independent film.
Well, this is just raw. This is raw
unique.
Meat right here. But the funny thing about comparing this and Psycho when they came out is that they're both based around Ed Gein. They were both inspired by the actual, Plainsfield Ghoul or whatever, Ed Gein and all his killings. So those were both inspired by him. And I think, Psycho, of course, is a staple of horror, but it's also,
I want to say something real quick because it's making comparisons.
I don't want to fall asleep when I'm watching a horror film. I want to be excited. So.
Silence of the Lambs and those movies suck.
That was borrowed from Ed Gein also.
Oh, they're talking about that night. Those movies suck. They're just boring. I don't understand why. Manhunter is cool. I like that
Manhunter's good,
but I can't deal with the other one. Silence of the Lambs to me is nothing but a goddamn police drama.
Yeah,
it's not a fucking horror movie.
It's good for what it is, but to get lumped into stuff like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's not even close. But
I would actually rather watch the Ridley Scott one as opposed to Silence of the Lambs. I'd rather watch the Hannibal.
Hannibal.
I think that
one's really good.
That one actually is pretty good.
Where he eats his brains at the end or whatever. That one's pretty good. That's the one I remember the most. I think that's the one also where that police officer gets his face bitten off, and like one of the other ones, he comes back and he's like in a wheelchair, and he's really fucking. That's actually unsettling. Some of the parts of that film, so they get me in the stomach with that one. So yeah, but I will say the 4K transfer of this looks great in most parts. Of course, it's a little spotty, but goddamn, this is from '74, and the print is pretty well taken care of from the looks of this.
This movie was banned after a 1-year theatrical run in London.
Oh, London doesn't like anything. I'm surprised it was even there for a year.
It was banned in Australia in June of '75.
Yeah, Australia really doesn't like anything, but they don't even like.
I'm tired of every fucking time I look something up. I don't know if you guys have this trouble at home. I'm tired of every goddamn time I look up a film on the internet. It's like, Rotten Tomatoes likes this film. Just want to say this too, if we ever have anybody listening from that company. Rotten Tomatoes, suck me.
I've never seen any film that they give fresh tomatoes to were actually that good. Like a lot of people swear.
You know what it is? Why isn't that fucking site just called RottenIPABeerHipster.com?
I don't know.
That's just my opinion.
People, be a real fan. Go watch the film. Don't listen to the internet, because you know what? They're expecting everything to be a certain way. A lot of people come up to me all the time and they're like, "Hey, Rotten Tomatoes said this about it, so I'm on the fence."
Here it is.
You know,
Rotten Tomatoes reports an 88% of critics gave it a positive review.
Well, that's good. Probably took them long enough, but
from now on, Rotten Tomatoes is known on here as IPA with a fucking gluten-free breath of bearded hipster. Because that's all that fucking website is. I wish they'd... I need to fucking have one of those hacker groups attack it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want for Christmas. I want you to fucking hire one of those hacker groups that I hate to fucking attack Rotten Tomatoes. Who gives a fuck? I'm tired of seeing their goddamn sticker on a Blu-ray when I buy it, too.
And that's only been recently, too. It's like...
It's really annoying. It's like, please come to our website.
They're like, this film...
We need more gluten-free beer.
They're like, this film is fresh from Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, thanks, I don't need your sticker to tell me that. I'm buying it already. I don't need your stamp on it. Your stamp,
I just don't need their opinion.
Your stamp of approval when, it doesn't...
It's like Entertainment Weekly. It's like, yeah, I know what Entertainment Weekly is, and I use it for toilet paper.
Or now it's E.T. Online says it's fantastic.
I haven't seen that.
Now it's E.T. Online. See, I don't... Even if it's, it's on the back of this Blu-ray we're watching, it's just like the most horrifying motion picture I have ever seen from Rex Reed. Now, Rex Reed, I don't know who you are, but I don't care if it's the most horrifying film you've ever seen.
Rex Reed was a film hack.
I'm glad that you love this film and you're praising it to the point of where it's on the back of the Blu-ray, but people aren't going to buy the 40th anniversary collector's edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because Rex Reed has a quote on the back of it. All right, so I know you need that stuff on there, I guess, as a selling point, but I don't buy films because some guy was paid to say that it was good or not. Of course, you're not going to say you're not going to.
Rotten Tomatoes thing's annoying. It's like anything I pick up, it could be a fucking Disney film, and it's like Rotten Tomatoes says this is. It's like I don't care what you and your fucking burnout beard, fucking IPA, Sam Adams summer ale drinking, fucking gluten-free bean burger grilling dipshit asshole friends think of this. Go to your Mastodon show and stick a gun in your mouth. I just don't care what they think about it. I grew up on this film, so I don't care.
Or the hitchhiker just
he did what I'm doing. He's pissed.
He slashed the cripple.
Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. He's like, oh. And the whole rest of the film, he's like, oh, my arm still hurts.
Here's my thing. If I ever remade this film, I would literally kill Franklin first. I'd stick a chainsaw through the chair.
Yeah.
While he's in it, and he's just going,
You cut him from the gooch up.
No, I'd go right into his fat titties.
Oh. See, look, he's like, oh my god, my arm, I'm crippled again. It's just like, dude, you just got slashed.
He's dead, too.
Yeah.
Again, I'm about hard-pressed to tell you just about everybody in this film is toast.
I mean, 74,
let's talk about this a second. I think this is valid for this argument, too. The 03 remake of this is a piece of dog shit. It's a Jerry Bruckheimer footlong.
It's also a Platinum Dunes footlong, which is Michael Bay owned, which is the same people that did that did Freddy vs. Jason, if I'm not mistaken.
It's horrible.
Or they did the remake of Jason, which they actually were okay.
Everybody's like, oh, the armor really good at the beginning. Horrible film.
Here's the thing, though. This film doesn't need to be remade, and it's pretty sad when you can remake it.
I don't care if they sequel it, but remaking it, and that guy that played fucking Leatherface, I literally want to tell a fun story. I was talking to Doug Bradley, and he was sitting to the other side of me, and I literally farted near his table. He was also sitting there with that fucking dipshit that played Jason in fucking Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, Ken Kersinger. Yeah, see this gas station right here, it just says barbecue. They're turning that into an actual barbecue place. And it's going to be a Texas Chainsaw themed thing. You know, they're not going to forget about what it actually was. But yeah, they're turning this little place into an actual restaurant, like
it's interesting.
A horror themed restaurant. They're keeping it real.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's cool. And there's your boy right there. You got this tardo fucking. Don't you love it when hobos try to fucking wash your goddamn windows? And then they put their hand out. They're like, hey, what?
Now, I will tell you this. It was my unique and honored pleasure to have met the gentleman that is now on screen.
The cook?
Huge fan.
Awesome, man. He's
huge
so cool.
fan.
One of the only saving graces of part 2
I met
the
him.
cook gets way more screen time in part 2, and that's the best part of the
I
whole
met
film.
him in Minneapolis, Minnesota at
Awesome.
Mall of America with Gunnar Hansen.
Wow. Was it a Fangoria thing you went to? Or?
Correct.
Awesome. See, I wish that was... I feel like Fangoria now is just a Twitter account.
This was in 1992.
I was 2 years old.
I'm not going to say how old I was, but I was there. And I met him, and it was really cool. I met both of them. Toby was supposed to have been there and canceled. But I'll tell you, another actor that was there that year that was promoting a movie called Army of Darkness, I also met Bruce Campbell that year.
Wow.
The same thing.
Awesome.
But yeah, it was really fun. My friend was living in Minneapolis at the time. We also went to a Minnesota North Stars game.
Huh.
Which was fun. It was the first year my Lightning were in the league. I got to watch them kick the shit out of the Minnesota North Stars.
There you go.
Although we weren't very good, but whatever. We won that game, and I got to meet them all in the same week. So
Are they
awesome.
the Wild now, or did they
Correct.
go? Okay.
Correct, yeah.
I didn't know if they went somewhere else.
Nope.
Then they got a new team. Okay. You got some nice butt shots. That's a good direction by
We got any
Tony.
hockey fans out there. NHL 17 comes out next Tuesday. I will be buying that.
There you go.
But anyway, but yeah. So, yeah, pretty awesome. Really nice. And I don't know about everybody else. Actually, I think she's still alive. The girl in the red shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about this for a second. As a kid, the girl in the red shorts, I'm not really sure what her name is. I'm drawing a blank right now. But I always masturbated to her little butt. Her little cheap slut butt.
Cheap slut butt.
Her little tiny shorts butt. But I'm pretty sure she's still alive. Pretty sure. She was alive 2 years ago. She may not be alive now. I'm pretty sure she's still alive as well. And if you guys don't know who she is, she's the one that gets the fucking meat hook. My favorite kill. There's so many women that I meet that I would like to put on a meat hook. I would kill them. I'd just put them on the meat hook. And then later throw them in the freezer.
Yeah.
Because she gets the freezer treatment as
And then
well.
you know what you do when you take them out of the freezer? You put them back on the meat hook again.
Yeah.
You
Let them just squirm around there. I'd probably fuck her while she's on the meat hook.
give her the double meat hook.
Yeah, I'd fucking shove it up her butt while she's hanging from the meat hook.
Oh, god damn.
I'm such a little hoe, or I've got hook in me and a dong in my butt. But yeah, Marilyn Burns unfortunately passed away. Corey's working on the name of the girl that I want to fuck that I think is
Is that
still alive.
Terry McMahon? It's Pam. Is that Pam?
Yeah, I think that is her.
She's still alive.
Yep, hot. Never met her, and she's hideous looking now, but she's old. It's okay, but she's very hot in this movie, in my opinion. Gulf gas stations, you don't see those anymore. At least not in Florida. No Gulf gas stations for you. Anyway, this is fitting to I almost call this our farewell to summer episode. Doing this, it's going to be cold soon, which sucks.
Yeah.
For most of the country, not us. We're in Florida. We're good, but most people it will be. And I want you guys to definitely take a minute while the van is driving out to the farmhouse. I want you guys to drive on over after this episode and check out our interview with the legendary Bret Hoffman of Malevolent Creation.
Oh, yeah.
Very insightful. I had no idea that he did his own lyrics on all those records.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
That's right. Nobody does that anymore. And if we got any Cannibal fans out there, George Fisher is nothing but a prop. He does not do any of his writing, where I want to say that Bret Hoffman does. Bret Hoffman is the real fucking deal. He's not a prop. He's not a stage prop that gets up there and screams. And I have nothing against George Fisher, but I mean, the reality of the matter is he has no creative input or anything in that band. All he does is stand there and sing songs, and he's very good at that. But I respect Bret more for doing all his own lyrics on all the stuff that he's on. Any of those records you pick up, if Bret's singing on it, then he's done the lyrics on it, which is pretty fucking incredible. I had no idea until we did that interview that he was responsible for the lyrics on all those records.
Oh yeah.
And anyway, we're approaching the farmhouse here. The van is stopping, and Corey's favorite part of this film, of course, is anytime he gets to see Franklin roll around in his wheelchair, because Corey hopes one day that he will be in a wheelchair and he can be like Franklin and roll around Texas in his wheelchair with death metal stickers on it.
Then I won't have a vest anymore. I'll just have my patches sewn on the back of my wheelchair.
And you can call him Franklin Gorecross. Mm. But anyway,
that's what people.
So we're getting to this now. I'm going to tell you something. I've never read this. This is just my opinion. Again, to me, there's no comparison. She's way hotter than Marilyn Burns.
Yeah,
Marilyn Burns is not attractive. She's not attractive when she got older. She's not attractive in this.
And she just got her giant
pancake tits,
pepperoni nips everywhere. But
yeah, I'm not into it. Never was into it. She's cool, but I'm not into her. I don't.
For those of you that like pancake tits, and Mr. Skinless says,
and watch Franklin eating a turd.
Yeah, it looks like a cat poo. Because nobody cares about Franklin.
Actually, I think that's like actual wrapped raw sausage, which is disgusting.
Ugh, it looks like a tongue, like a cow tongue.
It's fucking gross. Anyway.
He's gross anyway. He's a fucking...
He is. This movie's fucking disgusting.
He's a slob. He's just a slob, immobile slob. That's me and the Doctor's new band. We're called Immobile Slob. We're gonna grind our way across the southeast and the northeast Midwest area.
But seriously,
next summer, guys.
I always thought it was just weird that they're just cruising around, and I never, even as a kid,
they're on their way
as adults, not at their age, am I just going to cruise around a fucking house? You're going to get stung in something like that.
I mean, if we go around
an abandoned house, you're going to get stung or eaten or bit by something.
If we're on our way to a concert, usually we stop
stung,
somewhere.
Eaten, or bitten. No thanks.
I mean, those are daddy long legs.
They're not going to hurt
Still,
you.
I've never seen that many of them. That would actually freak me out. If I saw a whole nest of them, I'd be like, Well, when we go on our road trips, we go to some weird places. We're going to go to.
I want to share something with everybody. If I can take a minute here to do this, you're only going to have audio on this, but it's.
I actually got the names mixed up with the hitchhikers. Edwin Neal is the hitchhiker in this film, who is also still alive. I don't know why I said Steve Railsback. He was in that Charles Manson movie, some other things he did. I think he's in Barbed Wire.
Or do you want to actually use this for YouTube?
We can put it on YouTube, too. You can show them a brief little clip if you want.
It's audio.
Took a little road video on the way to our Conjuring the Dead tour that we saw in Florida. It was Belphegor and Origin. Very awesome show. Had a lot of fun. There's an interview involved with that you guys will be looking forward to for next week. Just go ahead and tell you, we had Paul Ryan, the founder of Origin, on the show. Very fucking cool dude. Knows a lot about fucking death metal. Very insightful.
It was a good interview
with that scene and stuff, and he'll tell you about his.
We tried to get the Belphegor guys. There's a language barrier there, and we just didn't do it. But anyway, there
was some funny stuff though. A bunch of drunk chicks came from the bar across the street and tried to pester Helmuth when he was trying to get on the bus, and they asked what band he was in. He told them he was like, "I'm in Slayer," and they were like, "Oh, really?"
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, so he was like, "No." So that was pretty cool. He was trying to be black metal Elvis, but and here we go.
What the hell? We're listening to Dawkins?
Dr. Vincent West, FANTASM Podcast. Let's see what Corey Gorecross is doing right now. What's up? You're on West Home Video. You can put this up later because I won't visually be in it. There he is. We're on our way to see Origin and Belphegor. This will never be uploaded if we get shafted. If it gets uploaded, then we did get shafted, so. It's our fun home movies.
Was he flipping me off?
Unfortunately. But no, we've been really lucky, so. Anyway, we're coming to you live. It's December 2nd. And now, all the way, I'm going to reveal someone to you.
Anyway, that's all we got there for you now, but it's 1 minute and 39 seconds. It's not very long. I just played most of the goddamn thing, but anyway.
And here's Franklin, who's going to get left here right by the stairs where he can't go because he's a damn cripple. But
that was us just being stupid anyway. But
it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun going to that show.
It's not as much fun as they're going to have listening to Bret Hoffman at the end of this podcast, though.
Yeah. So, guys, don't forget about that. Sit right in your wheelchairs and get ready, because
do you want that? You can actually put that on there if you want. I don't care.
Yeah. Do something with
it. Put it on the YouTube channel. No, it's silly. It's us just being dumb. Anyway, you guys heard a little bit of it. Most of it, actually. It's really short, actually.
Yeah.
Wasn't very long, but...
There's...
But yeah, you couldn't pay me to go anywhere near this house. That's just my opinion. It looks like a Hornets, Yellow Jackets, rat infested snake pit.
Cannibal infested also.
Well, it is, but you don't know that. I'm just talking just in general, like if they were like, hey, if this stuff's not there anymore, by the way, we should let y'all know that you watch the Horrors Hall of Ground thing, you'll learn that. But just in common knowledge, most of the stuff is gone. But again, I would not be out anywhere near this stuff.
The other thing, these people like smoked a bunch.
What did they think there was going to be fucking water there?
They smoked a bunch of pot, and then how did like a bunch of stoners get out and like, yeah, man, let's go over here. It looks chill.
You know, my other thing that always bothered me about this, and forgive me for saying this, but all these actors, I bet, stunk.
Oh, it was awful. The heat was unbearable.
It's got to just be. I bet her cooter smells like a fucking. Her fucking pussy smells like a fucking dirty outhouse toilet.
They probably porked anyway. They're probably like, yeah,
I'm sure,
fucking stanky puss.
I mean, God, I bet it just smells like a fucking. What was the? I had a really good one for it. I bet all of them just smelled like fucking.
Like Captain D's.
No, well, I'm sure she smells like Captain D's. If he does, there's a real fucking problem.
Smells like a McDonald's fryer.
But no, I bet it's like fucking. I'm fucking up my own joke.
Well, imagine how Gunnar Hansen smelled. I mean, he was a big dude, and he was in that fucking costume and the mask.
Oh, but I bet.
He probably smelled like a hot fart.
The girl that gets on the meat hook, I bet she smells like fucking fucked buttholes.
Oh yeah, fucked buttholes. Yeah. Oh man.
But anyway, I mean, I wouldn't be out wandering around this. I didn't do that as a kid. I would not walk through because you can get stung.
Yeah.
I mean, is that not just right for getting stung?
You're also walking on, probably no trespassing area, and you don't know who the fuck.
I know they're out there crawling around shit. You could, I mean, you imagine how many ticks you'd get.
Yeah.
Or what's the other things that get on your skin?
Like fucking leeches or something.
No. What am I trying to think? Widgets? No, they get in your skin.
Ew,
it's a parasite. You don't know what I'm talking about?
What the fuck are those things? Something nasty. Plus, if I'm in Texas, I don't know what
I'm going to freak war crossed out here. I can find this
There's goddamn rattlesnakes in there. Let's talk about that. You can get some fucking snakes biting your ass.
Insect parasites.
Insect parasites. David Cronenberg shows up on there.
Right. According to UCIPM, some parasites attack insect eggs, such as the Trisulcus wasp, that left laying eggs in a stink bug egg cluster. The black torn earworm maggot right is dark because a trichogramma wasp larva is developing inside.
Larva developing inside.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, and they're walking by a place that has barbed wire around it. It's like, why the fuck are you going near this place? And of course, this now is turned into a restaurant, but I think this house, they're going to actually restore it and make it an even more of a themed restaurant, because they turned this place just into a straight up restaurant. Like, it has no ties to the house other than people go out there to see the house and they're like, oh, it's a restaurant, let's eat here. But they're supposed to turn the house into like an actual Texas Chainsaw Massacre themed restaurant versus it just being a restaurant on the location of the movie. So
what am I trying to think? They're jiggers,
yeah, something like that. I know what you're talking about.
Nasty. And you know that shit's out there in that nasty shit.
And then there's a fucking tooth there.
Just no thank you. I can't do it.
I mean, the cool thing about this film
We'll do
is
it live.
just with seeing like a bunch of bones and dead animals. Like this film is very disturbing. Just there hasn't really been any like
Did
too
she
much.
just get stung?
No, he put that tooth in her hand and
That's
made her freak out.
Oh, okay.
Which I wouldn't have even picked that shit up.
That's
But
nasty.
he's about to get one of the most infamous scenes in all of horror is right here. I mean,
This scared the hell out of me as a kid.
yeah, I mean it's
Stop listening.
this part.
Your fucking Xbox is a pervert.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Do y'all want to fuck me?
Yeah. Why don't you put
Fuck my slit.
I need something bigger than a
Fuck my Blu-ray
than a fucking
slit.
CD.
Fuck my Blu-ray slit.
And again, the print mostly through this so far just looks fantastic. So great job.
Yeah, this movie always looked like shit too. I don't know how they actually did. This actually probably is at least a 2K.
Yeah, they say it's a 4K digital transfer.
It may be.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You gotta think this movie again. It'd be like restoring Deep Throat. It's like
And there we go. First shot of Leatherface. And he's just fucking twitching from the trauma. It's goddamn gory.
oh fuck yeah.
Kirk! It's goddamn death metal right there. Like
It is.
After that scene where you hear like the whirring, it's like then it's like I mean that's and there's your butt shot, Doctor, for you.
I just think she's hot.
I like the bare back. I think that's nice too. It just looks like she's running around naked, but
she's hot. She's the only attractive person in this film. I mean, she's hot. Marilyn Burns is not attractive.
No, she's just got the Italian BMTs going on.
It's pretty good.
I mean, the way that they make this film, what's the right word I'm looking for?
But I want to talk
just by throwing some actual bones around,
which
stuff like
probably
that.
says something about me. But where she's all sweaty and hot and walked in there. When I was young, I'd pull down my young briefs and empty my sack to the scene. It was fun because she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
Whereas, like Jamie Lee Curtis in the first Halloween, I never thought she was attractive.
No, she looked
Jamie
like
Lee
she
Curtis
was...
is hot in certain films, but like Trading Places, but she's
yeah.
not hot in Halloween.
Now she finds the...
None of the... Actually, the only one I would fuck is Tommy Lee Wallace's wife. Ex-wife. The one that gets killed in the car?
Yeah.
I would totally fuck her. I always thought she was hot.
And now we're in the room with all the bones and fucking feathers, and this part's just gross, too. Imagine... I don't know, this is one of the few horror films where I actually put myself in the shoes of these fucking victims, where it makes me
He did. He
gross.
was walking around in cheap shorts that were creeping up his fucking ass.
Yeah, like, I actually got
and he had a
full
bra.
costume, yeah.
And fucking flip-flops. And
I didn't have a bra. This was the 70s. I just had that little top on,
Oh, right.
revealing my nice sweaty back. My hairy sweaty back.
But I mean, I just think she's hot. There's something vulnerable and hot about her there. Although she looks filthy. I bet you probably get fucking, like, every disease known to man off her butt and cooter. And mouth.
Looks like she sits on truckers or something at gas station.
She looks like a truck stop whore. She's kind of hot.
But
anyway,
that's what Leatherface
I'll give you
likes.
all images you don't need. At this scene, I pulled my BVDs down and pleasured my fucking Canadian girth until I fucking
pulled down your Los Pantalones.
Until
You took out your El Charro.
until I fucking emptied my fucking young bag of seed.
Your premature
to her. Yeah, my immature bag that was wanting to be mature, and emptied my fucking young sack into her butt.
God,
I wanted to.
it's pretty good. You were like, damn, I wish I was those feathers.
I thought she was hot. I mean, she's fucking. This was hot, and like it doesn't surprise me that this was shown in porno theaters because it's all I'm waiting is on John Holmes to walk in there and fuck her face dressed as Leatherface. It doesn't happen. Of course, I would have loved it as a kid, but there he is.
I like how
now watch here. This is how she loses both flip-flops right there.
Yeah.
Boom. Unfortunately, I can't get into my account anymore. If you guys have ever visited my Twitter page, it actually has that photo of her being kidnapped.
Yep. And now we get the, here we go, the fucking...
My favorite scene of the movie. Best scene of the movie. Meat hook sodomy.
Oh, there we go. And the best part is her little boyfriend's like laying there right in front of her.
No, the best part of this whole thing is that little Dr. West was still pleasuring his Canadian girth during this.
And we get the first chainsaw right here.
Instead of blood going in that bucket, my Canadian goo went in it.
I thought this thing cranked up. They were going to be like, there's a chainsaw in here.
You guys know what, of course, comes next.
Decapitation right in front of her.
This movie's amazing. You know what the great thing about this movie? As a kid, I would swear up and down there was stuff that was in this that was never in it.
Yeah.
I've heard this from multiple people. I'm curious if you guys feel that way too, but I'd always talk to people and they're like, no, that's in that movie. And I'm like, no, that never happened. But they're like, yeah, it did. It's like, no, it never happened. But
yeah, I mean, you know.
I'm going to do something different today too that I've never done on the podcast. I'm a huge Carolina Panthers fan. And right now, while I'm on the phone with you guys, I'm going to look up the odds against the first game of the year, the Super Bowl rematch against the Cocksuckers in Denver. Let's see. I don't know how I would look that up. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Usually there's like that computer that they run it through every year for like games to see who's right. Actually, Cortana, which you probably have on your phone because you have an Android. You can ask Cortana and she'll tell you the odds of football games like every week. So usually her probability is pretty good too. It's like a 70 or 80% right, which is, I mean, that's pretty good. I think there's actually like an octopus or something like that they use to.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like a real one, and they and he could actually determine games, like who's gonna win. But that's
here we go. I've got it right here.
Yeah, because people bet on that shit too much to not have odds, you know, like actual pro odds for who's going to win.
We're supposed to go watch the game. I think I'm going to pass on doing it because I don't want them to lose. I really want the Panthers to win this fucking game. Like it's like a big.
But here's the thing: what if they lose because you weren't there watching it?
I never thought of it like that. But
they need that.
I don't think that's going to happen. If I've never mentioned this to anybody that listens to this, I'm the kiss of death.
The kiss of death.
As far as luck goes, it doesn't usually ride on my side. But let's find out what the people at oddshark.com, while they're still exploring the Texas house, we're still there.
Well, they're there with Franklin, and Franklin's always still there
and Sally are having a nice discussion about something about a fart.
That was Franklin's dialogue.
Franklin's gas.
Yeah, because he's talking about the whole Mercury retrograde thing, which is apparently real.
How many hours does it take for this stupid site to load?
But he's wanting to get in Pancake Titty's titties. So, I don't know, I just think he's annoying. He needs to go roll his way back to fucking Hardee's drive-thru where he belongs. I don't know. It's nice when you actually hate somebody for no fucking reason in a movie and then watch them die. It's pretty exciting. Of course, it's all fictional, but it's nice. You know, they build up a character you just don't like, and I have no real reason to not like Franklin. I guess because he's just whiny and he's annoying. Because if I was them in the situation they're in, and we have to tend to this fucking dude in a wheelchair that's just like annoying and kind of half retarded, then I would have just, you know. I would have to be a good Samaritan and fucking sit there with him, but goddamn, I would not want to be that person. I'd rather walk out and get killed by Leatherface than sit there by the van with fucking Franklin while my friends get killed off one by one. Because then I'm definitely obligated at that point to sit there with Franklin until I die, because I can't just like run off and leave him there, you know. I just have to fucking wheel him in oncoming traffic, and hopefully there's an accident there that's not my fault. And Let nature take care of it, you know. And now here's fucking Disco Inferno here is gonna knock on the wrong door. He's gonna, hey, all my other friends obviously went in here and didn't come out, so yeah, they're inviting you over for a free Sawyer family dinner. You're just in time for dinner.
I don't understand this because I don't do sports betting. I'm looking at the spread and everything on them. I don't understand that.
I see.
You see it right there? I don't understand that. It's the first one.
I guess it's 68% win for Carolina.
It's not very good odds. You'd think it would be higher than that. But
Well, it's a little over half, you know.
Scott's creeping on your young butt. Looking out the window, looking at your tiny rump. It needs a black dick. Ow. Anyway. Dr. West taking a moment to look at some of the scenery at the Gorecross estate. Little college slut. She's out looking for the black cone.
What do you use for this? Do you use browser or
No,
Chrome?
here, hold on.
Because if you hit always, that shit doesn't pop up anymore.
No, I don't do always. I use certain things for certain deals.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure.
Here. I can go wherever you're going.
Well, here's, who the fuck does he look like? He looks like
He looks like somebody from the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
Either way. Ugh.
Now-
Going from hot to troll.
He's seeing, the meat hook that was, just in use. Now he's got the little cooler here. He's like, my friends in there, I know they are. And there's somebody.
Welcome to
There she
the
is.
white trash community.
Boom! Fucking meat tenderized.
$1,000 for fucking a real estate deal.
So now we got some shit going on.
She's listening to her iPhone 50. She's rocking out with her young college butt that needs a black cock.
I love
Little
how,
scenery at the Gorecross estate today.
I love how Leatherface. Oh no, he's very happy.
If you guys didn't know, I'm a young, virile black man, always on the prowl for some white tang.
He's got a. Let's see.
He's frustrated. He's hanging out in his room. His Matchbox cars aren't there, although his human remains are that he plays with. What are you still looking up odds?
Yeah.
I can't understand. I don't get it. There's your classic photo. It's one of his most taken photos from this screenshots from this film. It's just a close-up shot. Of course, the fucking moon, which means you're going to die. Guys, again, don't forget to listen to, in my opinion, one of the best interviews we've done. Up there with the raw sewage interview. We have Bret Hoffman,
There you go.
vocalist, one of the founding members of Malevolent Creation. From Buffalo, New York, that moved to Florida.
Moved back up to Buffalo.
The Lauderdale area. And huge fan of the band. Great interview.
Yeah, again, you know, Malevolent Creation doesn't get enough credit. They're top shelf death metal. They're one of the titans of it. You know, definitely pick up the latest record, Dead Man's Path, if you get a chance to. It's a fucking great album. Some of those tracks even are like, they're new classics, if that makes any sense to you. So if you're one of those people. Also, if you guys were a fan of my little playlists on Spotify, I have a new one up now on Spotify. It's on our Facebook.
Be sure to check that out.
Go check it out. I got some Hate Eternal on there. I got some Sodom, the new Sodom records on Spotify. I put a couple of those tracks on there.
Nice.
Pretty awesome. If you haven't heard the new Sodom Decision,
Buy it. Sodom.
definitely
Don't
go
download
fucking
it. Buy it. Buy it off Amazon.
Yeah, there's
Not
only
online.
there's only one track on my Spotify. You'll have to hear the whole record by
Buy
buying
it.
the album.
Don't steal it. Buy it. They need money. They've been around a long time. It's a great album. Definitely one of the better things that I've listened to this year.
It's also a real thrash.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And
What else for you? I got some Belphegor on there. I got an Origin
What
track.
Belphegor did you put?
Bleeding Salvation from
Why didn't you put Gas Mask Terror?
from Goat Red Flesh Cult.
I wanted Gas
I like
Mask
that.
Terror. I wanted Gas Mask Terror, and Gorecrust was like, "Fuck you, West."
I could put that one on there. Also, the new Blood Red Throne is on there.
Not familiar with them. It keeps popping up in searches for things I do.
I like them. They're really good.
I don't know if I do or not. Is it death metal?
Yes, it is.
Where's it from?
France. There's nothing from there, but they're good.
There is.
They're
Gothira's from there.
yeah, but I don't count that. That's
Corey's the big Gothira fan. Y'all can send him Gothira CDs and stickers.
There's Chrysian on there. There's Razor on there, and there's a weird one from Suffocation. There's As Grace Descends. I think that song's awesome from Pinnacle. That's a really good song. Not an old school Suffocation song.
They actually played that when I saw them.
Yeah, I like it. I like that song a lot. Not a fan of the newest record, but I like that song from it.
You
I
like
think
the
it's
song on there.
It sounds like something off Blood
Like
Oath.
I'm freezing.
It's something off. It sounds like something off Blood Oath that never. got
Gorecrust
put
has
on
me
there.
in a meat locker today, kids.
Well, surprisingly, it was cold this morning outside.
It was.
It was like 60, and now it's back to being like 101 out here. So,
Which is why we always get sick in Florida. But definitely check out the Sodom. I think it's great.
it's called Decision
It's not
Day.
my
It's out
favorite.
now.
It's not my favorite thing I bought this year, but
It's fucking good though.
it's good. It's a Sodom album. It's 3 years in the making, almost 4 years since they've had an album. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like it as much as I do the New Destruction. The New Destruction's good.
It is very good. And then let's see.
Again, I don't do thrash, but I like the Teutonic thrash. The only American thrash band that put a record out this year that I liked was Flotsam and Jetsam.
Great album.
And if you consider Metal Church thrash, then I like their new record too. But again, it's not death metal. It's not what I'm into, and it's not really my thing. I guess we can take a second here to actually also tell you that at the end of this episode, we have Bret Hoffman.
Yeah.
Which
talk about it.
I can't stop talking about it. I'm really plugging this.
That's
You guys
great.
need to listen to this. This guy's a fucking badass. I realize that a lot of people lump them with negative things. It shouldn't be. They're forefathers of the genre. Their latest record is really cool.
It keeps
it's
up
not
with everything.
Deadman's Path is not something I'm going to tell a new listener to run out and buy. You should start with the early stuff.
But it is great though.
It is good, but it's not.
As far as new death metal, this
No,
is
it's
like,
great. It's great. I'm not crazy about the production on it, but
Well,
I do like it. I actually like the one before it better. I'm more of the Invidious or
Insidious
or
Dominion, yeah.
Insanius Marshman. Anyway, that record's really good.
oh, and there goes Franklin.
It's good because Eric Rutan did it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
there goes fucking Franklin. That's glorious.
Corey just came.
It's the first like real fucking nasty blood scene we
He
see
shot his
in the
four
film,
cross blows.
and he's just hacking. That's hacked up for.
But yeah, but I
barbecue.
mean, but do you know it's important you guys listen to that. Like I said, if you're new to the band, don't start with the later material. Start with the earlier stuff. Start with Envenom. It's Brett's favorite. Start with that. Start with something old. The new stuff's good, but to me, if you're a new fan, you should start with something old. Start with Retribution.
That's what
Ten Commandments. I'm more of a Retribution guy. There's a mixed debate on that. Our friend Jen's
Or Stillborn.
Ten Commandments. He thinks Ten Commandments is their best record. I'm not buying that. I'm Retribution.
You got to do Retribution if you're going to start.
Retribution
early,
is great.
Don't skip over.
I actually like their third album more than their first album.
Stillborn.
Stillborn I like more
It's
than
great.
Ten
It's
Commandments.
got ethnic cleansing. Fucking.
I don't love.
It's
I'm
great.
not
It's a good
crazy
song.
about Ten Commandments. Is still too thrashy sounding.
Yeah, it's early, But if you're going to skip over something early from theirs, do not skip over Retribution or even Stillborn. They're both great.
Stillborn's great. The production is weird, but the songwriting's incredible.
Right.
If you're going to go for a record without Bret, go for Eternal.
Yeah, that's good too.
That's a solid fucking album. But for Bret, and that's the classic stuff, you got to go Envenomed. You've got to go Retribution.
Fine Art of Murder.
Listen
is
to
my
both
favorite.
of those. Fine Art of Murder is fucking amazing.
my
Listen to
favorite.
those. You want another Jason record, another good record in Cold Blood. But if you're gonna chill with Bret, and you should, And definitely Retribution. If you've never listened to them, I suggest that one first. Then I would go Stillborn. Then I would go Envenomed. And if you want a newer record, Gorecross is going to tell you Dead Man's Path. I'm going to tell you the Infidious Vidfautum, whatever the one before it. Thank you. That one's really good. That's got some fucking great songs, and they actually shot a lot of videos for that album.
They did.
So
it's good.
It's whatever your forte is. We were honored to have him on. I think he's a fucking legend in the field. And speaking of legends, we have Marilyn Burns, which in my opinion is the Scream Queen.
Yeah.
Wow, she's not attractive like Linnea Quigley was, but she screams through this whole goddamn film. And they pretty much tortured her, from what Tobe Hooper says. They were very rough with her and scared the hell out of her. They were very mean. Gunnar said he used to throw her around like a fucking rag doll. And, of course, he could throw me around like a rag doll if he's still alive. Big guy. Want to also take a second. Rest in peace, Gunnar Hansen. We lost him last year. That was so devastating to me. It was as devastating as losing Lemmy from Motorhead. But is. Gunnar Hansen, rest in peace. You're the fucking man. A lot of people don't agree with that. He is Leatherface. Nobody else will ever touch that. Like that fruit in the remake from 2003. That guy sucks. Don't like you. Not a fan. You look like a fucking pro wrestler. But anyway, not interested. And not a good pro wrestler. I put you in the fucking figure 4. Anyway. Woo! But yeah. Rest in peace, Gunnar Hansen. And I'm sure Brett would agree with us on that. Fucking Gunnar Hansen, man.
The crazy thing...
the fucking king. He's
last time I saw Gunnar Hansen...
Yeah, tell him this, because you didn't do it!
I didn't do it, but
You gotta regret that. I regret it. I wasn't even there.
I mean, I regret that not getting... Here's what happened.
Corey runs a festival called Mad Monster Party.
I attended a festival, Mad Monster Party, last year. It was
he owns it. Don't let him kid you.
It was my favorite festival I've done.
He owns it.
Or festival. It's a fucking horror convention they do every year. There's multiple ones across the U.S. There's one in Arizona they do one in Chicago. They do one in... Vegas, I think they do them sometimes.
And Corey runs it.
And North Carolina. I attended the North Carolina one. And the first year. And they started doing these photo ops. And I know Days of the Dead does them now.
How many photo ops did you do that year? No, I mean, how many fans did you have come up and do photo ops? Mad Monster, he's trying to be modest right now. Mad Monster is actually his thing. He's trying to act like it's not.
Oh, it's not.
But he owns it. He owns it. But I'm kidding. But he does.
They kind of started doing these in other places because I think Mad Monster was the forefront of doing this, and this is like a mantra for these conventions now. Is these pro photo ops where usually they have the background and that's cool, but now they're getting the effects artists to come out to the events as well and put the makeup and shit back on these people and. You have the full regalia shit going on with them in costume, which is great. And I think Mad Monster is the ones who started that, who actually brought that to... Because I haven't heard of it before. They were doing it for a long time. I think the first one I noticed was the... and I'll take a second. You just got to love the trot that Gunnar Hansen brings.
Oh, they're on a track run continuing.
It's fucking amazing.
They're going to be running a track for a while.
It's scary because he's so like fucking creepy. I don't know the way he runs and stuff. But anyway, I think the first time I noticed these photo ops, like these pro photo ops in costume, where Kane Hodder did one, I think in Chicago, where he was in the Part 7 Jason outfit.
Really? They actually made him up everything?
The real one that he used in the film.
And you did that?
No.
You got a photo here in your wall with him doing it.
John Carl Buechler was there, so he reapplied everything, and they did the whole thing, and it was really...
He has a picture here on his wall of him with John Carl Buechler.
John Carl Boo-Boo.
Boogers.
So I noticed that, and that was cool. Then they started doing it more. Well, the last time I saw Gunnar Hansen, I went to Mad Monster Party, and he did... a photo op.
This was in Charlotte.
This is in Charlotte, and he did. And he did. He got in the original Leatherface costume that was from the fucking film.
That's awesome.
That he hadn't touched since he was in it in this movie, and put it on and did pictures with everybody. I, like a schmuck, did not do the photo op with him, but I got to see him walking
around. What did you do
around.
Instead? Tell the fans what you did instead of meeting Gunnar Hansen.
I don't even think I did a photo op that year at all.
You did. I'm sure you did.
Oh.
What did you do?
they had the Fright Night reunion, so I met like everybody from there, but I didn't do a photo op that year because I met Tobin Bell that played Jigsaw. I met Sid Haig like I always do. Never did the Gunnar Hansen thing. It was like $100. Would have been the best I ever spent, but I got to see him walk around in the costume, which was equally as awesome. I still talked to him at his table.
Was it expensive?
$100.
That's not bad.
I would have done it, but I didn't have that kind of money. It was my first year going to this.
Guys, here's the truth. He's a big Rob Zombie fan. He spent money hanging out with Sid Haig, getting autographs, instead of meeting Gunnar Hansen. He'll regret it till he's dead.
Nah.
And he had to meet Jigsaw from the Saw films because he has a Saw Subway poster, which takes up his entire room of his house that we record in. And it's autographed by the whole cast, but he didn't meet Gunnar Hansen. It's one of the mysteries that I'll never understand.
No, I met Gunnar Hansen, but I didn't get anything. Because I didn't think...
You have to regret that. I would regret that.
I don't regret it.
I would regret... If I hadn't went and met Ric Flair, I would have regretted it.
But I met him. But I didn't get any...
Yeah, but I got my goddamn...
I should have, but I didn't think he was going to die at the same time.
I figured you could have done like a... Why didn't you just do a picture at his table with him?
I don't know. I just didn't.
He had to buy an autograph from Sid Haig, which is interesting.
His line was pretty fucking annoying, too. It was never not busy. And
because people are stupid, man. I fucking love him. He's the fuck. People don't like him. It's like, I want to make that Earpoff Mellenhoff. Fuck that guy. Fuck you. Fuck those movies up the butt, too. Those movies are fucking garbage. And everybody's like, they're really good, man. It's like, no, they're not. Even that kid from Grind can't save that film. Because he's in it. But he can't save the fucking thing.
This is Texas Chainsaw. There should only be one,
I love him hitting her with that fucking broom. It's so goddamn funny.
It is funny.
He's like, you fucking bitch. Although he is funnier in the second film.
Because that's the other thing.
He's the best part of the second film besides Dennis Hopper. Leatherface, you tit turd.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So Corey had to meet two rare convention stars that year. He had met Sid Haig, which never does conventions, and Bill Moseley instead of meeting Leatherface. So, I get it. But he owns Mad Monster, so he can meet whoever he wants. He just chose not to. But you chose not to that year because you had to meet Danny Trejo and have him sign that he's Machete. You had to meet him and Bill. I mean, he did. Now, he met a rare one, Bill Moseley. Bill Moseley never does conventions. He's a horror icon, and you met him instead of me. No, I'm just messing. No, but I guess it all depends on what you're into. I guess it depends on what you want to do and when you want to do it. Like, my lady met Kane Hodder, and I met him too, and he was a dick.
Yeah, he's been...
No, he really was. He was a dickhead. He was just rude. I don't really know how to describe it. He was rude. Bill Moseley was rude to me. Lee Majors, $6 Million Man, was very rude to me, which that actually hurt my feelings.
Oh, I'm sure.
But... I expected that, and what I'm hoping is, and I wanted to tell you guys about this, Corey cameoed in the new Rob Zombie film, so hopefully he can have a table now where we can make money off that.
Yeah, I'm in 31, and my name is 69 in the film.
He's in there for just a few seconds, but we're going to have him at every con in America for the next 10 years. That way he can live off that like Bill Moseley does. And Kane Hodder does. I mean, at least Kane Hodder actually has a fucking resume. Bill does, but Bill's like, yeah, he's in the Night of the Living Dead remake, but he's in there for 2 seconds. Yeah, he's in The Blob, the first film we ever did on this podcast. Love that movie, but he's in it for 2 seconds. I mean, it's like, and if the guy was nice, it'd be a different thing, but he's kind of a horse's butt, We may have him as a potential guest on here, so I'm sure he'll love me trashing him.
He's in the new Slayer video that just came out today, Pride and Prejudice, and gets spoiler alert for all you that can't wait for the huge twist at the end of a Slayer music video, but he gets fucking like prison knifed at the end of the episode.
That's great.
It's a nice little family Christmas, and some Nazi comes in and stabs him to death.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool that the little trilogy they're doing. The Slayer videos are really cool. This one is like, it was cool, but at the same time, it's like bringing back all this Nazi bullshit, and it's kind of weird. So I don't know. It's like you're not fooling anybody. Slayer, it's like, you know, fucking Tom Araya's goddamn Catholic, you know, Native American, and then, you know, I don't know what they're doing.
I thought he was a Mexican.
No, he's like...
I thought he was
He's a Native American or something.
Oh, he's a Native American Mexican.
He's also 100. He's like Father Time, because he's got that fucking beard.
I don't have any interest in them anymore. But what I wanted to also let you guys know, this is very important, that also when Corey was at Mad Monster, this is he was there, and these are some other people that he skipped over. He passed over Lemmy from Motorhead, who was there doing a signing. He decided not to do that. He did meet Bill Moseley, though, that never does conventions. He passed over. Gene Wilder was there. The great comic genius Gene Wilder was there, and Corey passed over him to meet Sid Haig.
Yeah.
And trying to think of some other people you passed over. Ronnie James Dio was there.
Yeah.
And you passed over Ronnie James Dio
Angus
to
was
meet.
there, too.
Well, no, you were there to meet. Ronnie James Dio was also there. You were sitting beside Lemmy. You're like, nah, I'll wait. And you went and met Bill Moseley and got your picture with him. And the main one, though, that you all don't know about, and there's a Subway poster in here of which is Salem, whatever it's called, and it says, "To Corey, love Rob Zombie, my number one fan." And he met Rob Zombie instead of meeting Ronnie James Dio. So
yeah, and he was.
I salute Corey. And then Corey, instead of y'all, I need to tell you this. I didn't want to tattletale on you, but instead of doing the Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen photo op, he did the Slipknot photo op. With Clown and that guy that died, Paul Gray's ghost, and.
No, I skipped over that to do the Hellbilly Deluxe photo op.
Oh no, you did that too, I thought.
The Super Beast photo op.
So you know,
in my dragon,
I didn't tell anybody, but because of our name and everything, we're being sued by J.J. Abrams. So now we're going to be called the Remake Podcast.
Yeah, I already. I have a picture with the cast from Phantasm, including Don Coscarelli, but I already taped J.J. Abrams over.
You should.
Don Coscarelli.
I mean, he's the genius behind it.
I was like, Don Coscarelli actually transformed into J.J. Abrams. He's actually secretly J.J. Abrams.
But you want to hear something else? The one that really surprised me at this, and this is something I wanted you guys to know about. When he did the Slipknot photo op, Corey actually passed over the Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray photo op in Ghostbusters.
You know I would not fucking do that.
He passed over his childhood heroes to meet Slipknot. And Corey Taylor was too busy, so all he got was Clown, Paul Gray's ghost. So they just hung a suit up behind him for that. And then a guy that looked like Mick. They actually dressed Kane the wrestler up like Mick from Slipknot. Corey did that, and that was a $500 photo op. He did that instead of Gunnar Hansen and the Ghostbusters.
I actually only got it because I told them I had cancer and I had shaved my head, so they would do it. So otherwise, they were like, "We're not doing this. You should have bought."
You know, I'm actually surprised, and I don't know because I hate that fucking band, but I'm surprised Slipknot's not hoard themselves out to doing that stuff at a show.
Well, they still got a career, so they have no reason to. But,
well, not that much of a career because
Corey Taylor does because he's got that fucking Stone Sour piece of shit, and so does Jim, and. So they can just be a pop band where they don't want to be a fake metal band.
Oh, right. That's true.
A rap
or ruining
band.
my Dio tribute thing, yeah. Anyway, back to the film. The Hitchhiker's having some fun with Marilyn Burns. As I said, they tortured her pretty much in this film, and they're doing so right now. And all this always looked real to me as a kid. Like, I don't know why I thought this was real.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to take a moment and say that I don't like this Leatherface, where he's like Grandma Leatherface or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
It is weird. It's just
what my favorite one.
They made a figure of that, and I don't really.
My favorite one's at the end.
Really?
Where he's got the suit and the fucking makeup on his mask.
Yeah.
I think that one's awesome.
Which they directly stole in part 2, but that's Toby
do.
Hooper. He can do whatever he wants with his own film. But yeah, man, I was always really surprised if you guys wanted to talk, if you wanted to tell everybody about Skip and Gene Wilder and Lemmy and Ronnie James Dio and your childhood. You skipped over Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd in the Ghostbusters outfit in a full thing, and you skipped that to do the Sid Haig, Bill Moseley, Devil's Rejects photo op. I was curious if that was, and the Slipknot photo op. No, he didn't do any of that. Honestly, the truth be told, this is the truth. If there ever was a Ghostbusters photo op, it could be in Japan, he would be there.
Yeah, I would.
Because that's his favorite thing in the world. I don't think we've ever talked about that on here.
No.
That is his favorite thing on the earth.
More than Star Wars, more than horror.
More than anything.
That's my favorite.
More than death metal. It's
Just grow. I was 2 years old with fucking
dude, it's
Ghostbuster
awesome.
pajamas.
You're from New York. It's awesome.
He's a sailor. He's from New York. We get this guy
He
laid
can
when we're in
quote
troubles.
the entire film here with no film playing. Your favorite film? I'm messing around though. Although
Which is cool because we've seen it in theaters a few times.
Yeah.
Which is always cool.
I'm not even going to touch.
I wasn't there for the original, but I've seen it in theaters. So.
You weren't alive. You can't fault yourself for that.
I know.
That'd be like me faulting myself for not being able to see.
I made up for it because since I've been born, that has been my movie since I've been able to.
It's great, man. I will tell you guys this right now. I don't have a film that I can say is my movie.
No.
I don't. I'm not associated with anything. I wish I was. I'm actually jealous. I've never had this conversation. We'll have it on here. I've never had a film that I was like, that's it. I wish I did. I don't. I'll be honest with you. There's not. I don't even have a favorite movie. I don't have a favorite actor. I don't have a favorite band.
Yeah, it's kind of just everywhere. But
no, it's interesting. I want to actually talk to you guys about that. If we have any fans out there of this stuff, I don't have one band that's my favorite. I don't have a singer that's my favorite. I don't have an actor that's my favorite. I don't have a director that's my favorite. I don't have any of that. It's interesting. I feel like Corey does on maybe not on all those, but on at least on Ghostbusters.
I guess because I'm more specific and you're more sporadic, maybe with the way you enjoy things, or No,
I think it's not that. I don't really think you can even put a label on me with it. I just don't have one. I think there are people that do legitimately, like, they're like, this is my favorite thing in the entire world. This is it, blah, blah, blah. I don't guess I really have that.
I guess I'm just...
And if I did, I've never met them, If it was James Bond, I've never met Roger Moore.
Right.
And then if it's Star Trek, then I've met Shatner, so I guess I have that. I guess that would probably be the closest thing, I guess, would be to a childhood hero would probably be William Shatner. So. And
I can just say
I love Saved by the Bell, which people think is weird,
My Mets jersey smells nice and fresh now.
Nice.
It smelled. It was turning kind of yellow,
Oh, man, that's great.
Sports jerseys are supposed to turn yellow after a while. I'm dumping up beer and sweat on it.
Sure.
Now it's squeaky clean.
Yeah, I never had a favorite band. I never had a favorite. I don't even have a favorite sports team. It's interesting. I don't. I guess I sort of do with hockey. The Tampa Bay Lightning. I guess that's sort of a favorite thing.
Yeah.
But even as much as I love the Carolina Panthers, I can't say that they're my favorite football team. I don't know if I really have a favorite football team. It's weird. Like I guess I don't really have a favorite anything anymore. Like I want to, but I just don't, My favorite wrestler is probably Ric Flair. I don't know. It's weird. Like I guess I do and I don't with things. But I'm a huge Star Trek fan, so that's always. I guess that's probably my favorite all around thing. But I don't know. I don't have Star Trek tattoos. I don't wear Star Trek shirts. I don't have a Star Trek sticker on my car. I don't know. So I guess I'm not really that big of a fan, even though people tell me I'm a huge Star Trek fan. But I guess I am and I'm not. I don't know. But it's interesting. I'm curious if you guys out there, if you guys are, if you have a favorite band or you have a favorite movie or that, and it doesn't have to be horror related or death metal. I don't really. Like right now, like if someone was like, "Hey, what is your favorite death metal band?" I don't have one. I don't have a favorite death metal band. I don't have a favorite band, period. I don't have a favorite sports team, except maybe the Lightning. Favorite wrestler, I guess, would be Ric Flair. I guess I can say, what's your favorite color? I don't have a favorite color. I don't know, it's weird. Like, a lot of people have these things. Like I could sit here all day long and tell you things about other people, but as far as me, I don't think people can sit down and say, this is Scott's favorite thing, this is Scott's favorite band, this is Scott. I don't really have that. Because there's a misconception. This is something I actually want to talk about just real quick, so I'm talking about this. Because I'm curious if you guys have this. A lot of people think my favorite musician is Ronnie James Dio. It's not. I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan. But I don't have a favorite band.
Yeah.
That's a misconception with me. A lot of people would say, oh, well, it's Dio, but it's not. I don't have one.
It is a favorite, but it's not the favorite.
Correct. I don't have the favorite. I don't have that.
See, I know people like that.
I know, but I mean, I know, like I was telling everybody here, it's like, I guess my favorite wrestler is Ric Flair. My favorite sports team is the Tampa Bay Lightning, but I don't really have a favorite. I don't have a favorite band. I don't have a favorite movie. Like Corey, like I could, Ghostbusters is his thing, and it's awesome. Like I don't have that film. There's not one film that I own that I'm like, that's my favorite film. I just don't. I mean, I have movies that I love that I would never sell. Maybe those are like the movie Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. I absolutely love that film. I could watch it all day, every day, and I can quote it. But I can do that with Back to the Future too. Like I love the first Back to the Future film. I can quote the entire film. Is it my favorite film? I don't think so, but I love it. But I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, Marilyn Burns is being tortured, and the cook's laughing at her because I fucking love him. And she's losing her mind. A lot of very artistic shots in this. I will applaud Tobe Hooper the way that he did this, because he followed this movie up with Eaten Alive, which is a turd.
Robert Englund movie.
It's just not good. The Arrow Blu-ray of that is gorgeous, and I own it, but that movie's a foot long.
Yeah, there's nothing to it.
Like, if we ever have a foot-long guest and we have to do a movie, I'll use Eaten Alive. So you guys will know out there without me trashing the guest that I didn't give a shit about the guest because we stuck it with Eaten Alive. But yeah, I mean, I'll take Funhouse over Eaten Alive any day.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, I think it's interesting. I mean, curious if you guys are out there, you want to message Corey and tell him whatever. Do you guys have a favorite film? Do you have a favorite band? I don't. I don't know if it's weird. Maybe I'm weird. I don't have that. I don't have favorites in like every category. I don't have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite make of car. I don't have a favorite house. I don't have a favorite whatever. I don't have a favorite food. Name my favorite food. I don't have a favorite food.
You like Zaxby's pretty well.
Did.
Oh yeah, did, and then they
fucked me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that. That's it. That's pretty much it, guys. I mean, it's like, but I'm curious if you guys do. Let us know. Message Corey. You can't message me, but message him and tell him. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite? Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's your favorite. And a lot of people think they can narrow me down with that. It's not that easy to do. I'm more complicated than that. I'm a big Vincent Price fan. He's not my favorite actor, though.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite actor. I love him. I love 90% of the stuff he's done. I've seen everything he's done. Is he my favorite actor? No. But, I will tell you this, though. A lot of people are big Star Wars fans. I will take Back to the Future any day over those films. Yeah. I'm a bigger fan of that.
I can see that for sure.
Me personally. And honestly, I don't compare Star Trek and Star Wars because one's a television show and one's a movie series. I don't compare those. I know there's comparisons with it, but I don't do that. I'm a big Stargate fan. But again, it's not my favorite thing. I can't sit and go, oh, it's my favorite thing. Because it's not, I don't have a Back to the Future back patch on my denim jacket. I don't wear a denim jacket, so, And if I did, it wouldn't have anything on there. I would never. There you go. There's an interesting thing. Like people like to wear the denim vest with the metal stuff on it. No thanks. I don't want people seeing all the stuff I listen to. I'm more private about what I'm into. I'll wear a band shirt. If I'm at a show and you see me buy a shirt from a band, I'm really into that band. That's it. Like I went to Summer Slaughter and I didn't buy a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I like the stuff that's there, but I don't need anything from that stuff. I don't know. I did buy a Belphegor shirt, though.
Yeah.
So I think my favorite band, no. But I like them. I like them enough to wear a shirt.
I'll say this.
I'm wearing a fucking Return of the Living Dead shirt right now. But it doesn't mean Return of the Living Dead is my favorite film.
Sure.
It's my favorite zombie film.
Yeah.
And yes, I would take it over the original Dawn of the Dead. I just like it. I don't know why. This is what I grew up with.
Favorite.
I was a little kid. I saw it in the theater. I just like it. But anyway, although I saw Dawn of the Dead at a drive-in, but whatever. But it was old when I saw it. It was like in the 80s. But like this. Like a lot of people would say, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is this your favorite film? No, it's not. Do I like it? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. But
it's not my favorite horror film. I don't have a favorite horror film. Do you? I don't have a favorite horror film.
Well, FANTASM is my favorite.
It is your favorite horror film.
Mm-hmm.
The original Phantasm.
The original
is your favorite horror
Phantasm
film.
is my favorite.
See, I want to also tell you guys this now. I don't even want to use the name Phantasm because I hate J.J. Abrams so much. This is a conversation I probably should talk about in here. But I'm serious. I fucking hate J.J. Abrams. Like he's associated with that now to me mentally.
I don't know. I don't let him fucking ruin the shit.
You don't, but I'm just... For me, I don't want anything to do with that fucking guy. Like, if he... Anything he's doing, let me tell you guys about this. He's ruined a movie more from my uncle's childhood, not my childhood. He's got a new television series on HBO where he's ruined Westworld.
Well, you know, it gets time to ruin everything, I guess.
No, he just has more money than God, and people keep telling him he's God. Like Kevin Smith sucking his dick for 3 hours at a fucking evening with Kevin Smith. I thought it should have been called an evening.
There goes J.J. Abrams, the hitchhiker, right there. By the Black Mama, gets fucking blasted in half by a goddamn semi. Black Maria. Sorry, I don't remember what it was called. There we go.
Black Mama, that's great.
I mean, there's a Black Mama that just got out of that fucking truck. There we go. And there's Leatherface skipping along.
You know, you have to... I guess it's nice for people to have a favorite thing or a favorite thing. I don't even have a favorite genre of anything.
Yep.
I don't have a favorite anything. I don't know.
I like how this guy goes for his giant monkey wrench. He's going to get this.
Like there's this guy I used to know. There's this guy I used to know, and all he would buy is Spider-Man everything. Everything. Like, if I found his ass right now, he's probably...
Boom.
Still like that. And I don't know. I've never been one of those people that liked every single fucking thing by one thing, and that's it.
You gotta love those fucking cowboy boots he's got on. It's pretty damn great.
You know, I want to say this because I've never said this before. I never liked the end of this film.
I ain't either. It's kind of just a train wreck. It's like all over.
Well, it's not even a train. It just doesn't make any sense. And does that truck driver die?
I don't think he does. I mean,
or he just runs off into the distance.
Yeah. I mean, I'd get back in my damn truck after Leatherface gets away from me, you know.
And how hard is it to climb into a goddamn truck?
I mean, after you've been through that much shit, I would have fucking leaped in there. I wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. Your adrenaline would have got you in there. Yeah, that looks like a produce truck or maybe a animal.
It's a cattle truck.
It is.
They're going to the slaughterhouse. And
no, I like the end of him just wheeling the chainsaw around. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. And then, if I was that driver, I would have just took off. I mean, he couldn't have knocked that door off with that chainsaw. The more he sat there, but he just fucking...
But yeah, that's Leatherface. That's the beginning and end of it. That's it. He only played him once, and that's it. The movie's a classic.
Yeah, the end of the film is fucking awesome. And of course, we'll do what we always do once a film ends is
drink a beer.
That's one thing we do. Yeah.
Look at this nasty hick walk across. He's going to the pool.
He's Nike, and we got Oh, I could probably play it a little louder. I'm sober, that's the problem. I'm not operating correctly here. We'll give you the... There you go. You can actually fucking hear the soundbite. That'd be great. Final thoughts. I mean, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. There's not much to say about it other than it's goddamn... It's great.
It's a
must-have.
I'm looking for a specific word. It is a.
It's essential.
What am I trying to think of? There's a word that I've got to think of this, or we have to just redo the whole damn end of this. They are a. God, what would I call that? They are a. This film is a... It's brilliant, but it stands the test of time. But more importantly than anything, it is a... God, what is the word I'm looking for? Like a stone, like a rock, a pillar,
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of what I would call this. This thing doesn't let
the
up.
pinnacle.
No, I won't be able to think of it. It never changes. It never evolves. This movie's just what it is. It's great. I mean, people think that it's overrated. They're the same hacks that think The Exorcist is overrated. No. It's the name of a rock or a stone that's immovable is what I'm trying to think of.
A boulder?
No. It's a fancy name. But anyway, this movie is that. It's everything and more.
It's immovable.
It is. It's a pillar. I'm not coming up with the word I'm wanting, but whatever. Okay. It's great. I think it's amazing. I love everything about it. I do.
If you think if you consider this film overrated, then don't listen to this podcast anymore.
Pretty much. It'd be the same people that don't. If you don't, and we got to talk about this. Great film. I'm done talking about that. Bret Hoffman's coming up here in a few seconds.
Yeah. Also, something very underrated is Malevolent Creation. So if you want to have good insight about the startup of death metal.
They've never changed. They never did a fucking industrial album. They never did a fucking album with Mark Lewis. They never did a fucking, or that cripple. They never did a fucking. He's Franklin. That's who that fucker is.
Yeah.
These guys stay true to form, and I can't say that about most death metal bands. There's a lot of death metal bands that I don't think have stayed true to form, like Cannibal Corpse. I don't think has stayed true to form. I don't think Morbid Angel has stayed true to form. But I do think Malevolent Creation has stayed true to form.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like this film. It's just, it doesn't change. It is what it is. You get what you pay for. It's like, it's some of the best shit. It's quality. And I hope you guys enjoy the interview. We had fun doing this one. Again, if you think of your favorite movies or your favorite color, or
you can actually narrow it down to one. Then
tell us your favorite color of movie. I don't know,
or just talk to us in general. We love to hear from you guys. We don't take requests, but if you're like, hey man, why haven't you done this? You can check out our coming soon. That's the stuff we're going to be doing on here.
Yep, definitely. And
if there's something that isn't on the coming soon thing, I can't put like a million films at the end of each episode, so you can just get a kind of idea of what we like and what we do. So
yeah,
but either way, we want to hear from you guys and any way possible. So just shoot us a line. You can comment on.
Shoot Corey a line. Don't shoot me a line.
You can comment on the Facebook. You can comment on you can send us a fucking email, phantasmpodcast@gmail.com. More business oriented, but hey, if you want to send something our way and talk, whatever you want to do, it's fine. Twitter is probably the best way to talk to me.
Talk to him on Twitter. It's fun and exciting.
Just at Phantasm Podcast. Just hit us up on there. Or if you're listening to this, if you're a SoundCloud person. You can comment on any second, like literal second on that site and put something in the middle of it. Like, hey, I really liked how thanks for telling me I had no idea this was a fact of this movie, or blah, blah. It's right when we say it, you can post a comment saying, hey, thanks for saying that, or that was really insightful, or, whatever. So yeah, I'll just we want to hear your feedback. I think we'd like to hear from you guys, because we're fans just like you. That's why we do this, and we appreciate everyone who does listen, but I want to hear what you have to say, and surprisingly, I do.
He does, I don't.
Yeah, so thank you guys for listening so much, and stick around because we got Bret Hoffman.
Bret Hoffman's coming up right now.
And as always, from us at Phantasm, stay fucking gory.